Galavina, Guia Dolosana, Angito Talitakini and Navarro and Bula FM at Golden Point Resort, Basendo Nambandana Here, Vinaka.
Bula Vinaka, Navan Gotevita, Tungo 90, and the Talita Wale and Bula FM, Nambandu, and I said.
Nadago Makilesi, where Kraki and Lesbian and Bula FM, Nambandanas.
Hello, Ratu Kitchen in Gotabo, and do Talita Navarro and Bula FM, and Moldo and Sere,
Bula FM, number 2 and Ser.
Good evening, this is FBC News. I'm Jackie Spate. In this bulletin, Nakasi man who raped a 9-year-old girl has been sentenced to 18 years behind bars. Policeman accused of Vilekesa Soko's death suspended from the force. An education ministry says careers options need more attention. The Suva High Court has sentenced 31-year-old Ilaitian Nalawa to 18 years behind bars for raping a 9-year-old girl last July. Nalawa must serve a minimum of 17 years before parole.
Ilaitian Nalawa's crime has been described as one of the worst cases to come to the High Court. Judge Justice Salisitemo says Nalawa's sentence is to be served concurrently with other convictions for assault with intent to commit rape, theft and burglary. Justice Temo accepted the verdict of the two assessors who found the accused guilty. He says the aggravated factor in this case is the rape of a child, and these types of offences are becoming prevalent in society. The judge also says the level of violence has caused severe injuries to the victim, and she was hospitalized for 3 days. The court also stated that Nalawa showed no remorse during the proceedings and through his actions has caused the family to move to a new location. Judge Temo said that this is one of the worst child rape cases brought before the court. The girl was coming home from school when Nalawa grabbed her and took her into the bushes in Nakasi. No sorry, Nalawa will serve a non-parole of 17 years. Tokas Renima, FBC News.
The 9 police officers charged in relation to the death of Vilekesa Soko were suspended on full pay as of yesterday. The decision was made by the Acting Police Commissioner Brigadier General Sithiven Ngilio after criticism from the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. Ellen Stolz tells us more.
Director of Public Prosecutions Christopher Pride put out a statement on Friday saying it is unacceptable to have suspects in a criminal matter working within the police force. Acting Police Commissioner Brigadier General Sithiven Ngiliho says he does not take orders from any person or authority except work in accordance with the policies of the Fiji Police Force.
The critical importance of these police officers to the Fiji Police Force, especially as part of the task force unit which was set up in late 2015 to combat the rise in violent crimes.
The men, Ngiliho says, are witnesses in a number of cases before the court. He adds they are also a part of a task force instrumental in combating violent crimes such as home invasions and have foiled numerous attempted robberies.
Balancing of public interests and the possible interference by these police officers if they continue to be employed. Indeed, perception is also important, but this was also taken into consideration. Given all of the above, and after weighing all aspects, I made the decision at that time that it was in public interest that these police officers stayed on with the Fiji Police Force as part of this task force unit.
The state alleges all 9 accused sexually assaulted Vilekesa Soko and another individual who was arrested with Soko. The 9 will remain suspended from the police force until all legal proceedings have been completed. Ellen Stolz, FBC News.
The joint implementation report signed by government and the Fiji Trades Union Congress is causing a major rift within the union movement. While the Fiji Islands Congress of Trade Unions claims that the report fails to address certain aspects of workers' interest, the FTUC has slammed FICTU, saying its leader Attar Singh only cares about his survival and not the workers. Ali Kimbia has more.
Days after an agreement was signed with the International Labour Organization, FICTU has criticized the Fiji Trades Union Congress and government for allegedly not following the right procedures when signing the joint implementation report.
It is the responsibility of the Minister for Labour and the Chairman of IREB to make sure that documents of this nature, any discussion that's got to do with labour laws and labour policy, has to come to IREB. They ought to know this. So here they have jumped the gun, and they should know that better.
FTUC General Secretary Felix Anthony says Atar Singh lacks understanding and is unaware of gains made for the workers. Anthony says Singh has a history of causing disunity and rift in the trade union movement, and he is doing this for the sake of his own survival and without any care for the workers. Attorney General Ayaz Said Qayyum says unions should not be used for politics.
No, because at the end of the day, like you said, we've got to look after those people who are not looked after. We have to ensure the economy is growing. We have to ensure that we sustain jobs and create jobs.
However, FICTU insists it will write to ILO notifying them about the shortcomings of the joint implementation report and is calling on the ILO to push for amendments in the political party's decree. FTUC says Singh's complaints to the ILO will not make any difference to the agreement. Felix Anthony says Atar Singh should concentrate on uniting the workers instead of tearing unions apart. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
Cava is now being properly treated as an economic commodity. The Agriculture Ministry is banking on the cava bill, bringing order and uniformity to the industry. Ritika Pratap reports.
Cava production remains largely informal and unregulated, and the government believes it's time to bring proper legal backing to what could be a multi-million-dollar sector.
We have certain market segments with different preferences, and we need to meet the expectations of those markets, and we want to maintain the integrity of the Fiji brand, cava, and that is why we are focusing on this cava bill and the necessary regulations that will come with it.
Demand for cava is at an all-time high locally and around the world. Having recognized this, the government has put aside money to help move the industry forward. Inya Seruratu says it's time to regularize the industry with a proper legal framework.
We have separated cava from the other commodities, particularly in the demand-driven program that we currently have when it comes to export promotion commodities. So we have isolated cava, and cava has a separate allocation for the 2016 budget.
The minister says maintaining production is one of the major challenges, and in anticipation of increased demand, the ministry will vigorously pursue farming techniques.
This year we will definitely beef up the production volume, and most importantly organizing the farmers as well. We will be launching the production clusters or hubs for 2016 to address the issue of reliability and consistency in supply, volume and quality as well.
Seruratu is hoping that the draft cava bill will be ready and tabled in Parliament soon. He says the bill will help maintain standards at all levels. Ritika Pratap, FBC News.
Coming up after the break, new school block benefits people in remote Nandronga province.
Hi, my name is Liviana Valentine. I'm from Nandi, and Today FM rocks.
My name is Ateza. I work at Golden Point Resort. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Krish. I'm from Cava. I like listening to Big Breakfast. Today FM rocks.
I'm Juliana. I'm from Maltoka, and I like listening to Today FM.
Hi, my name is Chelly. I live in Arere. Today FM rocks my grog and lollipop.
Bula, my name is So. I'm from Navua. I like listening to Today's FM.
Bula, my name is Asilika from Raki Raki, and Today FM rocks with my flip-flops.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. The Fiji banking industry is under a concerted attack from fraudsters based in Asia and Eastern Europe. Association of Banks in Fiji chairman Kevin McCarthy says there is a countrywide problem of fraudulent transactions affecting clients from all of their member banks, which includes the Bank of the South Pacific, Westpac, ANZ and others. McCarthy says fraudsters are gaining access to customer card details through ATM skimming devices, handheld skimming devices and online shopping sites. These details are being used, he says, to carry out fraudulent transactions, predominantly in the USA. The ABIF chair says they are working with the Fiji Police Force, the Reserve Bank and Border Security to address the issues. The Land Transport Authority will open up the process of vehicle registration for brand new vehicles within the next 2 months. Savaira Tambor reports large car dealers have welcomed the decision.
The Land Transport Authority is decentralizing services as part of reforms. Chief Executive Naisa Tunadevo confirms car buyers won't have to line up at LTA office to register their new vehicles. This will be done at the point of sale.
Very soon. That's going to happen. Like I said, we just want to make life a bit easier for our customers. So instead of bringing vehicles over to LTA, instead of come and wait here a longer period of time, they can have this service, particular service, done at the surveillance centers, for example, ESCO, carpenters, etc.
Tunadevo says that this will reduce crowding at LTA office and allow improved response time and other services. Carpenters Motors and ESCO Motors, two of the largest motor vehicle traders, say this move will make lives easier for everyday people.
But we're looking forward to when that will be put into force.
I think the motor vehicle industry as a whole had been requesting for some time because of one very particular reason is it just improves the efficiency in the way we are doing our business.
The LTA is also outsourcing the inspection of vehicles. Owners will be able to visit approved motor repair shops and have their car checked. But the LTA will still issue the annual fitness certification. Savaira Tambua, FBC News.
Children in one of the most remote parts of Vitilevu now have easier access to education. Nasesevere Junior Secondary School, situated at the border of Nandri and Nandronga, has opened new classes for Year 9 students. Ritika Pratap reports.
It's a fairly small school by national standards, but to the students and teachers of Nasesevere Secondary School, it means the world. It was an emotional event when Education Minister Dr. Mahendra Reddy officially opened the classrooms.
I believe this request for having a secondary school here has been there for the last 5 years. So I said to the minister that, like his ministry, the pace that he works will have to work, other ministries have to work at the same pace like his ministry. And therefore, we will ensure that the school starts in January when term 1 starts on 19th.
The new block school at Nasesevere serves the villages of Nawangandamu, Uto, Vonamoli and Vangandra, as well as the 2 settlements of Longi and Randa. Students previously had to stay with relatives in Nandi, as the nearest secondary school is Korovuto College, 36 kilometers away, and there is no bus service.
This is a start. What I want to tell you is that we will further provide additional things that you requested to ensure that the quality of teaching here is not compromised in terms of other resources.
Nasesevere Secondary School currently has a student roll of 18 with 6 teachers, and the minister has left the decision for higher education to the community.
I also want to suggest to you that you decide whether you want year 11, 12 and 13 here, or you want us to offer only 9 and 10 here, and then after that we take your children to either Natumbua, KVS, RKS and ICS so that they can have a different experience with different students from different areas in Fiji.
A new teachers' quarters was also opened and students were donated shoes by the ministry. Ritika Pratap, FBC News.
Sports is up next. Here's Jamie with the very latest.
Thank you, Jackie, and good evening in sports tonight. Fiji leads 7 series with better points difference. And we hear from first-time CVC winners Nandi. These stories and more after the break.
Yandra! I love listening to Gold FM at Golden Point Resort. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hola, my name is General from Rakiraki Village. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic.
I'm Moses from Valeu. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Marida Manako. I'm from Kandavu. I like listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Filipa from Tavor Town. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
The Vodafone Fiji 7 side beat South Africa 26-12 to finish third at the Sydney Sevens. It was a bittersweet victory for Shea Kolinisau and his men after losing by such a close margin to New Zealand in the Cup semi-finals. Talenda Dakadaka has more.
The much-anticipated clash between Fiji and New Zealand came in the Cup semi-final of the Sydney Sevens. New Zealand took a handy 14-0 lead through tries to Ben Lam and Akira Ioane.
Akira Ioane. Now there's space for Akira Ioane. Dummy inside Akira. Look at the big man go. Stop it.
Fiji staged the comeback in the second half but left it a little too late in the end, with the Kiwis winning by 14-12.
He steps off the right, past Collier. There's the support play. Rafavo with the fed.
Fiji then had to contend for the third place finish for the second time in 2 weeks, this time with a 26-12 win over South Africa.
Goes to Rawatha, in and away, and going all the way.
Kolinisau says he is proud of the players' efforts over the past 2 weeks.
We wanted the points in the series because there's a bit few more tournaments left to go. So we told ourselves we needed to get back against the #1 team in the series. And especially they defeated us last week in the semi-final. So we told the boys that we needed to work hard. Although the loss to New Zealand was a bit painful, but this is a Rugby 7 series and the points are up for grabs.
The national side can come away with their heads held high for maintaining their spot at the top of the series ladder, even if it's shared with South Africa and New Zealand. Talendo Takataka, FBC Sports.
Meanwhile, New Zealand won their second series title in a row, defeating hosts Australia 27-24 in the Cup final yesterday. Here are the tries from that match.
Holland calling Clark on the inside. Clark, they read it pretty well that time, but they haven't read Hutchison. And Hutchison scores for Australia. They're on their feet at Allianz Stadium. Terrific work by New Zealand. And what a contest we've got here. Hutchison has to try and get hold of the big man. Akira Ioane back on the inside. And it's New Zealand going coast to coast. Stannard, and there's an overlap. They have to give it. They go wide. Hutchison has got a double. Down the short side. Baker. Stannard coming across. They're lining up on the inside. Baker doesn't need anybody. Holland, nobody in front of him, but then the sweeper came across and now the dummy. And the wide ball out now to Slam and Sam Myers. Myers. Mickelson. He's going to burn everybody. Just as I said it, they needed a captain's knock. He's going to run it around and put it down. Oh, what a final. Good pick up from Clark, who straightens, doesn't mind taking into contact and gives it to Jeladev. The race is on. The speedster, Jeladev. Baker giving chase. Jeladev, he's going to go all the way. He'll run it around. What a try. What a combination. Clark and then Jeladev, the finisher. They've got numbers. And it's going to be Ben. No, it's not. It's Rico Ioane that's going to run it in. Trying to get on the outside. And now Ioane, they have done it again. They've stolen another cup from their opposition.
Intense final that was. Looking at the points table, Fiji, South Africa and New Zealand are all tied on 69 points after 4 tournaments, with Fiji leading with a better points difference. The pools for the USA Sevens were drawn ahead of the Cup final at the Allianz Stadium, with Cup winners New Zealand to head Pool A at Sam Boyd Stadium thanks to a 27-24 win over Australia. New Zealand face Kenya, Portugal and Russia in Pool A, while Australia meet England, Scotland and Japan in Pool B. Fiji await Argentina, Samoa and France in an exact repeat of the Sydney event in Pool C. Hosts USA are in Pool D and face South Africa, Wales and North American rivals Canada. The tournament will be played from the 5th to the 7th of next month. Professional valuations, Nandi made history by winning its first Piles Garments Champion versus Champion series. After winning the first match 1-0 on Friday, the team went on to hold Suva to a 1-1 draw yesterday to claim the title. Josephine Navula has the details.
The Jet Setters played a strong, confident game to win the Piles Garments CVC series yesterday. Coach Kamal Swami says this is a positive start to the 2016 football season.
The last time we played CVC, we played 3 games and we played against one of the champion sides and we take them right to the nail, and then we could not win it. But today we have won against Suva, which is great because Suva is also a great side.
Benamino scored first from the penalty spot, while Suva's Nikhil Chan equalized in the second half.
First of all, I just want to thank the God Almighty for giving us the strength. I know it wouldn't be easy without him, and the game in this hot sun, it wasn't easy playing Suva.
Despite the loss, Suva football coach Gurjit Singh praised his players for the effort against Nandi.
I'd like to thank my boys. They really played well today under this hot condition and under this hard ground surface. It's always a good game between Nandi and Suva. It's always very close. And even though we didn't lose today, but congratulations to Nandi. I think they deserve the win.
The Nandi football side walked away with $5,000. Josephine Navula, FBC Sports.
Fiji lost its opening game in the OFC Futsal Championship this afternoon, going down to New Caledonia by 5-1. The visitors went into the breather with a 2-1 lead, with Altaf Sahib scoring Fiji's lone goal. On a number of occasions, it was defensive lapses from Fiji that allowed New Caledonia to find the back of the net. Vanuatu is currently taking on New Zealand, and this will be followed by the clash between Solomon Islands and Tahiti at 8 p.m. The winner of the OFC Futsal Championship will automatically qualify for the FIFA Futsal World Cup. Diego Costa scored a stoppage-time equaliser to secure Chelsea a 1-1 draw against Manchester United and preserve the English Premier League champions' unbeaten run under Gus Hiddink. Meanwhile, Leicester City leads the points table with 53 points after 25 rounds. That's it from sports this evening. It's back to Jackie now with business.
Westpac Fiji has announced the appointment of Ranil Kumar as the new head of finance. Kumar takes over the position following the retirement of Lai Yi Joy. Westpac Fiji General Manager Adrian Hughes says Kumar has been a key contributor to the overall success of the Westpac Fiji business in recent years and will be an asset to the Westpac leadership team. Kumar is a finance professional with 13 years' experience working for Westpac both in Fiji and the Cook Islands. He is also a member of CPA Australia and the Fiji Institute of Bankers. After sweltering weekend heat that saw temperatures hit 35 across most of the nation, today provided a bit of relief as the thermometer dropped a degree or two. Suva saw a high of 34 today, as did Ba, while Mombasa was lowest at 32. All the rest hit 33. It appears the heat wave will continue into tomorrow, with temperatures again in the mid-30s. With the clear skies and extreme heat, there's a strong possibility that thunderstorms might occur almost anywhere. And the further outlook, looking ahead towards the middle of the week, expect uncomfortably hot weather to continue. A tropical disturbance far to the northwest is being observed and might develop into trouble late in the week. At sea, light winds and moderate swells. Recapping the main stories, the man accused of raping a 9-year-old girl has been sentenced to 18 years imprisonment. 9 policemen accused of the death of Vilikeso Soko have been suspended with pay. And Education Ministry wants more focus on career options for students. Results from last week's poll question, we had asked, do you know what the Zika virus is? 53% answered yes. This week, in light of the Sydney Sevens, we ask, is the Fiji Sevens team on track to winning gold at the Rio Olympics? Visit our FBC website to take part. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. You've been watching FBC News. I'm Jackie Spade. Bye for now.
मैं हूँ रेहान खान कुरबो तालेबू के जैसे फेस्टिवल आई ग्रेट है कुरबो में उसी तरह मिर्ची एफएम नंबर 1 है कुरबो में
एलिन लटका में मिर्ची एफएम को लॉक कर दिया जाए मिर्ची एफएम इट्स हॉट
हम नकाशी से साइमान है हमारा फेस्टिवल जैसे नंबर 1 है वैसे मिर्ची एफएम नंबर 1 है
माय नेम इज दिनेश हम नैंडी में काम करता है स्लीपिंग जायंट जिपलाइन में और मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट आई लाइक इट
मिर्ची एफएम इट्स हॉट